Innocent.
Actually, I don't know why the judiciary wants to give so much power with him. That means he has become the alpha and omega of Nigeria. Because you can't tell me that you have the right to checkmate the governors. Meanwhile, nobody is checkmating you. It's not fair.
All right. Thank you, Innocent. It's a one-sided conversation, and I'm trying to ask questions, but not working from the end, I guess. Let's come here and let's read some message. Oh, this person is missing Sam because he calls me Sam. He says, "Good day, Sam. The Supreme Court did not make it clear their ruling, that is, and that is a clear sign of judicial failure, which is very dangerous to our democracy." Oyishi Ejiofor from Mile 3. All right, Mr. Ejiofor, thank you. But let's read this one. This says, "Greetings, my beloved brother Kalada. With the deepest respect for the authority of the Supreme Court, one is nonetheless compelled to express a solemn and heartfelt concern that the judgment is not necessarily judgment, by the way, by affirming the president's power to declare a state of emergency and suspend an elected governor appears to dangerously broaden executive discretion, certainly unsettling the delicate equilibrium of constitutional federalism, democratic representation, and the sacred trust reposed in the will of the people." Chukamura Anthony from Archive. And I like that guy when he sends a message. He's just so grammatically dense, so to say. He uses tense as well. Hello, Kalada. Please know that there was hard fact yesterday and it wasn't funny at all. Dave Umahi is just being political to please his masters. I stand for one Nigeria. However, South is still being marginalized. We only have 5 states while others have 6 and 7 for some geopolitical zones. If a Southeastern asks for an elective post nationally, it is always a problem. Bernard from Port Harcourt. All right. I mean, power is not given, they say. Power is, what's it called? It's taken. Is that how to say it? I'm not a politician, so I don't know. But Chisom 001 from Omagua says, "Is it not surprising that Dangote is selling lower than NNPCL? On Supreme Court ruling, they should be doing things to restore hope on the judiciary. Those loopholes, like extraordinary measures, should be expressly stated to avoid future occurrences." And that would be for the lawmakers to tackle, I guess. What time Dangote to the party should be sustained? Dangote, I know, is someone who will wake up tomorrow when he has succeeded in chasing out the importers of petrol and will raise the price beyond the poor man's imagination. The cement situation should teach us better. Supreme Court chose to joke with the people of River State. They intentionally let the case to remain till the emergency is concluded before they made a pronouncement. Imaotaka in Choba. Maybe that's a possibility. That's a solid conspiracy theory, I should argue. But let's come here. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon.
Kalada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Tell me your name, please.
Yeah, my name is Comrade Clinton. I'm calling from Bori.
All right.
Dangote reduces the pump price.
All right.
This is the competition we've been calling for.
Okay.
We just pray that it's sustained. Let this competition be sustained, because if you observe, during festive period, that's when prices of fuel normally go up.
Okay.
That's when the queue normally go up.
Okay.
But today, that's not the case. Thanks to Dangote and the rest of those independent marketers.
But before you celebrate too quickly, do you think the bus drivers, taxi drivers would want to reduce the cost of transportation? I mean, they're going to look for an excuse, I guess.
Yes, that is the challenge we are having, Kalada. That's the challenge we're having. That's where effective monitoring should be done. Because if you go to this motor park there, I paid 2,500 from Port Harcourt to Bori.
Oh wow!
Something I used to pay 1,700. So people just decide that during festive seasons they just hike their prices. We Nigerians are the problem.
Okay.
We are saying that government officials are corrupt, but we are more corrupt than politicians. Then on the statement of the Supreme Court judgment, my brother, we are Nigeria. We are a country where we have a lot of experts. Nigerians are so knowledgeable that they know better than the judges. So if the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, have given the judgment, yes, they are infallible. The fact that they are number one does not mean that they are infallible. They make mistakes. But our people should stop condemning our judges.
What do you mean? If a judgment is wrong, shouldn't it be condemned? I mean, don't we agree to condemn wrong, bad, evil?
That the judgment is wrong.
I'm not saying it is, but you just said we should stop. You just said yes, the Supreme Court is not infallible, but we shouldn't criticize them.
The judges have given you facts why they gave that judgment.
No, but they did not necessarily give facts. They argued based on the extraordinary measure, used in the Constitution. That's no fact.
There's no clarity. There's no clarity in our Constitution.
Exactly. That's the point. That's the point.
Give clarity to the Constitution.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So you're saying they gave clarity to it. This one says, good day, Kalada. The Supreme Court is absolutely correct in line with Section 305, subsection 3D of the 1999 Constitution as amended. I mentioned this ab initio that the action of President Tinubu has constitutional backing and saved Governor Fubara from imminent and would have been unhindered impeachment. And everything happened according to my prophecy. Anybody claiming otherwise should cite provisions of our law that contradicts the position of the Supreme Court. The jurisdiction of the Supreme Court is explicitly stated in the Constitution. The Supreme Court does not have jurisdiction in all matters. Southeast marginalization theory or story has been one of the wrong political socialization and means of promoting ethno-regional sentiment in our polity. Since the emergence of the APC in Asa Rock, the Southeast has benefited much from the federal government, but false narratives in the Southeast is painting the APC as the enemy. Fiaga with that Warner melody. Uniport says the supporters of the emergency and this Supreme Court magic should be ready to cry like Malami in future. When they see should own model are just temporary and turns around. I don't get that part. This power you said is just temporary and turns around. Canada, that Umahi talk shouldn't make headline because Umahi is just observing people manners. It is the people that will tell you if they are marginalized or not a beneficiary of the system. That's why we have thrown the conversation open this afternoon. 1953 Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Canada. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, Lugaman.
All right, Lugaman, welcome.
Yeah, Canada. I want to talk about generation. No, what I'm saying is that.
Right.
So for me, it's high time government should sit up and make sure that development gets to every looks and cranny of the country. That's why we have to come from. On the issue of Supreme Court.
No, I'm sorry. I have to pause you at this point so I can take as many contributions as possible. I'm really sorry about that. But the humble bishop says, good afternoon, Kalada. Dangote Refinery reduced petrol price, which is a good one. But can I ask the question, does it mean that in this our generation, we can no longer buy fuel at a rate of 200 naira? This reduction should have come from the federal government price, but it seems that the federal government are not doing anything to bring the price down. Does it mean that the masses are okay with the current price of fuel? That is lead to deduction from Dangote should call for celebration, renewed hope indeed. But then we deregulated the market, so we can't have the government, regulating prices and all that. It's a deregulated sector now. It's according to the market forces, right? The market forces determine the price. But Darlington Senior Poll says Supreme Court Tinubu suspension of Governor Fubara was constitutional. So the Supreme Court just gave the comes up to political juggernauts calling the shots. Democracy? You asked. He said, check. Independence of state governors? You asked. Maybe next season. Nigerians? You say you voted, they decide who's really in charge again. Then to the second conversation, Dangote Refinery slashing petrol price. You said Dangote is playing chess while regulators are playing checkers. Petrol at the price you mentioned, Nigerians rejoice, but it is generosity or a public power flex. While the regulators scramble like students who miss the memo. Power moves sugar-coated. Umahi to Igbos, forget Biafra, marginalization ended. Umahi speaking like everything is rose in Igbo land. Marginalization ended. That's news to the youths, the traders, and the graduates still hunting jobs. Someone should tell him history doesn't just vanish with a press statement. All right, okay, interesting. But let's not move on now and read some more messages. Isikan Felix says, well, I have the same standpoint with you that Nigeria has all it takes to remain one. I believe that Southeast is marginalized, just like the South. I don't expect Umahi to say the truth because he's a beneficiary of these injustice. It can speak against the government that is a part of. Dangote is a great blessing to Nigeria. Let's keep ethnic sentiment aside and appreciate this man for once, considering how NPCL and marketers were going about the price of fuel. If Dangote Refinery didn't become operational, Nigerians would be buying fuel for over 2,000 naira now. And that could have been a fact. Indu from Oigo says, if president can suspend governor can also suspend local government chairman when they are breaking the law and order in the local government. What a way to look at it. And it says, good day, Kalada. Our judiciary is deeply involved in politics. How can the Supreme Court contradict the Constitution on the issues of the Section 305 of the Constitution? It's quite clear to note that there is no place in our grundum that the president has the power to remove or suspend elected officials. But now, our Supreme Court judges have misled the citizenry. Pastor Sunday from Romeo. But maybe we shouldn't drop the conclusion. A lawyer joins us 5 p.m. to talk about this, and we will look at it from a legal standpoint. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Greetings to you.
Yeah, Kalada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Please, what's your name?
My name is Susie. I'm calling from Kaladakoru.
All right, Susie, you've got less than 2 minutes. Let's fire down, please.
Yeah, the issue of the Supreme Court judgment.
Yeah.
Kalada, there is no contradiction anywhere. The
Okay.
Supreme Court is a court of policy.
Okay.
If people are thinking of not seeing a black and white write-off, like it's written in the section 305, that the president actually have the power to actually declare of emergency in a state that is vulnerable. And at the same time, maybe suspension is where they are laying their argument. To this extent, I want to tell you that this particular judgment is a precedent. Supreme Court is a court of policy. Everything couldn't have been defined by the Constitution. After all, the Constitution asks a question. It is extraordinary power that the president has. What is the definition of extraordinary power?
Okay.
If people are crying you on a particular matter,
Okay.
Supreme Court gave a judgment, and there is no other person that will give this interpretation apart from the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Well, the prudency, the positivists, and the ideas.
Okay, so you're saying, Susie, you're saying the Supreme Court has defined extraordinary. That's what you're saying.
They actually explained that the president.
That's what I'm saying. So they have defined it. They've defined what extraordinary powers are.
To suspend by the president, even if they did not give a direct definition to it, but they said the president has the right, and the extraordinary power has to do with the fact that the president can decide not to even give any directive to the emergency. He can also decide to do so.
All right.
And that is what it is as a court of policy.
Okay.
So this judgment now has a binding force to the extent that everybody will have to understand that everything about the law doesn't have to be written on black and white.
All right.
That's what Supreme Court has just done.
All right then. All right. But then, it contradicts what they said according to Kento Kunko, what they said in 2023 when they said if it's not written, then it's not stated. Anyways, it's a conversation for another day. Ola, it says in Nigeria, the president does have the constitutional power to declare a state of emergency, but it's not unlimited. The power is clearly guided by the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended constitutional basis. The power comes from Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution. When the president can declare a state of emergency, the president may declare a state of emergency when there is imminent danger of invasion or war, breakdown of public order and public safety, safety in any part of the country, that ordinary laws cannot handle clear and present danger of such a breakdown, natural disasters or public health emergencies affecting a state of the federation. I guess you're asking which one happened in River State, or you're saying you mentioned all that, but thank you. Ability to all these cocoa way Dangote Refinery, they reduce, no, they add anything for tank. Okay, all right, your thoughts there. And this one said, good afternoon, Mr. Canada. So if during an emergency rule, the president orders all detainees to be executed to decongest the detention facilities, the justices of the Supreme Court would say, since the president has to take extraordinary measures, extrajudicial killings or summary executions are legal. As for marginalization, I don't support equal number of states to solve marginalization. The region with the most states is the poorest. The region with the least number of states is the region with the highest number of rich individuals. Talk about project execution and infrastructure. I agree. Tech from Oiva. So tech is saying the way to go, infrastructure, creation of more states. Well, let's go. This is good afternoon. If the Supreme Court decline jurisdiction on the matter like that, it means that we are in trouble. Who then has jurisdiction over such matters? Please, I want to know. Dumegu Sunny Didier from Omerili. Tune in 5 o'clock and maybe the lawyer will tell us, because that's one big question I want to ask the show this afternoon or evening, as the case may be. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kalada.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's your name? Sounds like
my name is Divine.
sounds like Divine. I was going to say that. Divine, welcome on the show. It's good to have you. Divine from OG. Welcome on the show.
Yeah, I have a little challenge here. The Supreme Court or the Apex Court is the final decision on matters like this.
Yeah.
When it becomes critical, you take it up. I didn't want to call, but because you are online.
All right, it's fine. I get that. Yeah.
The truth is this. I will not criticize them. Sorry, I may criticize them in one way or the other, but I will not say it should have been this or that. Because one, my brother, I know the whole education of our team. These guys have risen to that level where they now look at it critically with a third eye that I and you don't have.
Right.
They say this is this or this is that. There is nothing you will tell me that I will know today, that I will know more than Canada on the radio.
All right. You might, but all right.
So you don't go come ahead to criticize them. Yes, but when you insult that apex body, it is wrong. To say shame on them, it's an insult. For the people, they are your parents. Many of them. So why you insult them? It's an insult.
Okay.
They have to be careful the way they use their language.
All right, then. Thank you for that correction. Yeah, thank you. All right. No usage of shame on them. Right. Let's not do that. According to Divine from Moji. But let's come here. This is thank God for Dangote. May God continue to bless him. But can the price be obtainable here in Port Harcourt? Elder Samuel Jugomega Madi is asking that if he's got his trucks coming all the way. But let's look at this one. KDB, good afternoon. I'm from Ba. I do not canvass for separation of the country, but Igbos are really marginalized. For instance, no port for importation in the southwest, not one in the 5 states, while other regions have 6. It said 5 states, while other regions have 6 or more, and no Igbo has ever been president since the democracy. Okay, all right. Then you guys would have to play your politics better, I guess. And this one says the decision of the Supreme Court, taken by the Supreme Court, means Nigeria democracy is threatened. I want to take Clinton West with that one. I've got to go. It's time for the business update. And after the business update, you and I will talk to my first guest, who's a lawyer. And it promises to be an interesting, intriguing